Happy spooky season, everyone. Happy October. I hope you all have an amazing month. I'm just really thrilled and excited for this month. I personally love the month of October. Halloween is my favorite celebration of the year. I want to talk about the book that I'm currently reading, which is The Witches, Salem 1692, A History by Stacy Schiff. I've annotated the book quite a bit. I'm having a lot of fun reading it. It took me some time to get used to the writing style in this book. Also, I just finished reading Dracula when I started reading this book. So, after finishing a book that you love, it takes some time to start reading another book without feeling empty inside. I am going to make a list of all the movies and TV series that I want to watch during spooky season. As some of you may know, I've been rewatching the Vampire Diaries. I never finished the series when it came out. I think I stopped watching the series around season 6. So everything that's happening now is new to me. I actually don't know how this series ends. I'm currently on season 7 and I'm struggling. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking season 7. I do not understand what the hell they're doing. There's so many inconsistencies with this series. Like, a vampire cannot get pregnant. Don't try to tell me they can, because they cannot. Also, a vampire cannot be a witch. You cannot be both. We have said that multiple times in previous seasons. There's so many things that I keep watching. I keep thinking, what the hell is going on? I really liked the beginning of the series, but when the originals left the series, because they did the spin-off of the originals, it went downhill for me, the series, and now I'm just watching it because I want to know the ending, but I'm not really liking it, to be honest. I want to finish the series because I'm invested enough to finish it, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know what happened. I don't know if they changed the writers, the producers. I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to have some lunch because I'm really hungry right now. To quickly talk about the spooky horror gothic TV series and movies that I want to watch during October. Starting off with the movies, I want to watch Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2. I just love the autumnal witchy atmosphere that those movies give me, and also it's a movie that I grew up watching every single Halloween, so it's just a tradition at this point. Then I also want to watch all the Halloweentown movies. I haven't watched them since I was like a young teenager, so in like over 10 years. I'm 24. Wait, I'm 24, so it's been over a decade since I haven't watched those movies. That made me feel very old. Anyways, I need to rewatch other movies I've already seen because I just love rewatching movies and TV series. That's something I do. I don't tend to read books, always rewatch movies and TV series. And for series, I recently finished watching Only Murders in the Building. It's fucking amazing. I had so much fun watching it. Also Steve Martin and Martin Short, both of them are amazing in that. Also Selena Gomez, of course. Then I'm also watching the Vampire Diaries. I've been talking about the Vampire Diaries for a long time because I started rewatching the series ever since I read Dracula. I was in that vampire kick. Also the Wednesday Netflix adaptation is not coming out until the end of November. I was so surprised when I saw that because I thought it was going to come out like in the beginning of October. I feel like it makes more sense. Also recently they announced that they were going to be making a Evil or Villains adaptation. I think it's a series adaptation, like a mini-series. I don't think it's a movie, I think it's a mini-series. I love that movie. I love that book. I know it's not for everyone, but it is certainly for me. I read the book before I discovered that booktube community. I think I read it back in 2018, I want to say. I loved it. It's obviously not going to come out anytime soon, but I'm looking forward to it as well. At the beginning of this summer, I watched the Haunted on Hill House, the Netflix adaptation, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't watch it alone, like I wouldn't be able to watch it alone, honestly. And I know they also did that Haunted of Bly Manor, which is inspired by The Turn of the Screw by Henry Henry. I don't know. I think it's Henry James. That is a Victorian book that actually spoke to me. I loved it. I think it's a marvelous read. I know the adaptations are like loosely based on the books, like they're not 100% based on the book, but still I think I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it alone because like I wouldn't sleep at all if I did. If I find someone that wants to watch it with me, I'm here for it. So these are some movies or TV series that I want to watch, that I'm thrilled to watch. And please do let me know if you have any good recommendations. I'm always looking out for new content relating to these kind of themes. So if you have any good recommendations, please do let me know and I will... My hair looks crazy. Please do let me know and I will watch it. I just woke up to the sound of pouring rain. It's currently midnight. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining so loud. I'm currently reading The Witches and I just washed my hair and I don't know how it happened, but I accidentally there's some hair dye on the paper because I recently dyed my hair. Honestly, reading about witchcraft and having the time of my life reading about witchcraft right now. The part I'm currently reading is about prisons, like jails back in the day. They had the prisons right next to the ocean, so it was easier for them to move the prisoners if they had to, but obviously during winter it was very cold next to the ocean especially, so a lot of inmates will freeze to death before being able to go to trial. So what they started doing is taking the inmates that like really had to go to trial, they would take them to Barbados since it's a tropical climate, you know, so they wouldn't freeze to death. And it's really interesting that they didn't want to take any of the witches to Barbados, like they could care less if anything happened to them. And also you get some passages about some of the women in jail, and it's sad to think that obviously they were treated very badly. And also I'm doing a lot of research about the men that led the Salem witch trials. One of them was actually also a scientist that did quite a lot of work for not modern science, like he was a pioneer on the new experimental science in America, but I'm talking late 17th century, so as modern as it can get in the 17th century. I'm really getting into the witchcraft mood, and I think tonight I'm going to watch a witchy movie. After decorating for Halloween and reading this book about witchcraft, I'm just really in the mood. They all just arrived. Today when I woke up, I got my period and I've been feeling nauseous and I've been feeling very down all day, and I've been PMSing so bad for the past few days, so it's just been a roller coaster of emotions. But I'm very lucky that I have my absolute best friend here with me. I have no idea what I would do without her because she's my everything. I've been with her for almost a decade. I'm very lucky to have her in my life. Mi niña, tienes una legaña. Luego te la saco. Cariño, míralo. Que es precioso. There's a map of the city of Oxford. There's a map of Babel. There's some notes. I was hoping we had some notes or some bibliography because, as you all know, I'm a nerd for those things. This book came at the perfect time. I feel very emotional right now. Too emotional for a book. I just really think that I'm going to have a good time reading this book, even if it doesn't become a new favorite. I just know that I'm going to have the time of my life reading this book.